Hey there, everyone. Welcome back. Today we're talking about two terms that get tossed around like they're the same thing: dementia and Alzheimer's. You've probably heard people say, oh, so-and-so has dementia. And then 2 minutes later, someone else says, no, it's Alzheimer's. It's enough to make you think, isn't that the same thing? Well, not quite. Let me break it down for you. Quick, easy, and yes, maybe even a little fun. All right, so first things first, dementia. Think of dementia as a big umbrella, an umbrella that covers a bunch of symptoms and conditions that affect memory, thinking, and social abilities. So dementia isn't a disease in itself. Instead, it's more like a collection of symptoms that all point to one thing. Something is wrong with the brain's ability to keep memories, make decisions, and communicate clearly. Now, what's under this umbrella? Well, there are all sorts of causes of dementia. Some are related to blood flow problems like vascular dementia, while others come from diseases like Lewy Body dementia or frontotemporal dementia. And here's the thing, Alzheimer's, that's just one type of dementia. Now, Alzheimer's is a disease, and it's the most common form of dementia. In fact, about 60 to 80% of all dementia cases are Alzheimer's. But here's where it gets a little spooky. Alzheimer's is what we call a progressive brain disease. So that means it starts small, with little memory lapses, and over time it gets worse, affecting things like language, reasoning, and even how you move and behave. But what actually happens in Alzheimer's? Let me introduce you to two little troublemakers: plaques and tangles. Yes, they sound like cartoon villains, but they're very real. Alzheimer's brains get these sticky clumps of protein called plaques that mess with communication between brain cells. And if that's not enough, there are also tangles of protein inside the brain cells that make it hard for them to stay alive. It's kind of like if all the roads in a city were suddenly filled with potholes, and then, as if that weren't bad enough, all the buses broke down. That city, well, it's not going to run very well, and eventually it might grind to a halt. So what causes Alzheimer's and other types of dementia? We still don't have all the answers, but here's what we do know so far. Genetics play a part, which means if Alzheimer's is in your family, your chances may be a bit higher. But lifestyle matters too. Things like exercise, diet, and mental health can impact brain health over the long run. It's like having a house plant. If you water it, give it sunlight, and don't let the cat knock it over, it'll thrive. But if you ignore it, well, you get the picture. Then we have aging, which is one of the biggest factors. Dementia is more common in people over 65. And while young people can get Alzheimer's, it's pretty rare. This isn't one of those things where age is just a number. Getting older does increase the risk. Now back to our main question, why do people mix up Alzheimer's and dementia? Well, dementia is just the broader term, and Alzheimer's is a specific disease that falls under it. But they both involve changes in memory, thinking, and behavior, so it's easy to see why people get them confused. To put it another way, if someone says, my grandma has dementia, they're talking about the overall symptoms. If they say, my grandma has Alzheimer's, they're saying that her dementia has a specific cause, Alzheimer's disease. Like calling your favorite coffee drink a latte versus just saying coffee. Coffee is the general category. Latte is one specific type. So quick recap. Dementia is a group of symptoms that make it hard for the brain to do its thing, like remembering, making decisions, and communicating. Alzheimer's is one specific brain disease that causes dementia, usually due to those pesky plaques and tangles. It's like dementia is the catch-all for anything that disrupts brain function in these ways. And Alzheimer's is just one of the most common reasons why. I hope that clears things up. All right, if you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button for more friendly, easy-to-understand explanations. Until next time, take care of yourselves and your brains.